So, you guys, I realized after I uploaded my introduction video, I hadn't talked about the kinds of books I read. So I decided to make this one to let you guys know what kinds of books you can expect on this channel. You were probably wondering, why should I follow you? What should I expect from you? So that's why I decided to make this video. Also, guys, my sister is going to be in The Hague, where I live, this Saturday, and she's going to AnimeCon. Really exciting. I can't go because I have to work. But if she stays long on the con, she'll stay here. And if she does, I'll introduce you guys to her. I make a little video. And she'll talk about the kinds of books she reads, and we'll discuss with you guys what kinds of content you can expect from us. But now I'm going to show you guys my to be read, not shelf, but bookcase. Yes, I don't have a shelf, I have a bookcase because I have a problem. I buy a lot of books, but I don't read it at the same pace as I buy them. So yes, some books are like really old, so maybe you guys can see that, but just to give you some idea to what kinds of books I read, I'll show you guys. It won't be a detailed video, so if you guys are interested in a more detailed video, just let me know and I'll make a video of that. But let's meet. But without further ado, let's meet the players. So, to start off, let's start on the lowest shelf. These are books that I have from other people, like my sister and my parents. This one is where I keep my glasses. I'm really bad at the name of like I don't recall what it's called. I'm really bad, but yeah. Right. So the next couple of books are books I'm going to be reading this year. So I have this year I have a seasonal to be read. So these are the books I'm going to be reading this year. Yes, and these are the first books that are in my to be read bookcase. I organized them in alphabetical order. I also have some pops I bought. Going to see them as well. So these are contemporaries. This is a collection of Edgar Allan Poe stories, and in front of them stands Paul. I'm a huge Beatle fan, so I went to Liverpool because I graduated from university, and as a gift, my parents bought me a trip to Liverpool, so I went there and I bought a collection of Beatle statues. So this is a Cinderella retelling, Sleeping Beauty, Sleeping Beauty retelling, and this is George Harrison. Like, Paul McCartney looks a bit creepy, don't you agree? So here is the Ramayana. I studied South and South Asia studies, so I will just need to read this classic. It's an important classic in India as well as Indonesia, so I have to read the original, not like the original Sanskrit, I believe, but I just need to read it. So. And this is a fantasy. You probably recognize this one. And this is also a fantasy. It's a middle grade historical fiction. It's like really fun. It's really fun. And we have The Archive from Schwab. It's a fantasy, I believe. And this is also a fantasy. It's like it's a book in a series. I haven't the first, I don't know what number it is, like the fifth, I believe the fifth book in the series, but I haven't read any of the other books, so no. I have to read the first ones first, and then I'll be able to read this one. So we have little Frodo with like hairy feet, and we have so this one is a Sherlock Holmes retelling. I love Sherlock Holmes retelling. It's Sherlock Holmes retellings are like a hit and miss with me, so either I love them or I'm like, no, it's just no, I don't like it. So this is a middle grade fantasy as well. This is Vampire Diaries, also a book from middle of the series. So, but I have on the other books are on audiobook in Storytel, it's a Dutch audiobook app, so I can listen to them there. And I have like a Star Wars book. It's about Luke. I love Luke. I have like a little crush on Luke. So we have a Minion. I got that one from a birthday from my sister that you guys are going to maybe meet someday. And if Mindstormer is a dystopian, I haven't heard anyone talk about dystopian on BookTube, so just yeah, it's the second installment. So it took a couple of years for it to get here, but well, I'm really excited to read it. Like 2 magazine authors and a Black Widow and Reboot. I believe it's a thriller, but I'm not sure. Dystopian thriller. And this is like a thriller anthology or horror anthology. And you have a non-fiction book on Augustus. I'm a huge Roman era fan. I'm a huge history nerd. So I like historical fiction and especially fiction that takes place in the Roman era or Victorian era or Greek era. And we have like a historical book as well. It's like really big. And then we have the other Minion. I bought that one in Disneyland Paris. I went there like I believe last year. I'm sure. So the next shelf are books that I'm going to read this year. Like the first half of the shelf are those books. And there we have little Harry. He used to be a keychain. You can see top of his head he has like a hole. That's where the chain used to be. But it's broken now, so I'm just going to have him here. And these are the books I bought in recent months. I got that one, the lowest one, from a birthday from my other sister. I have a little sister as well. The other sister on this channel is my older sister. And then we have more historical fiction. It's this is about Julius Caesar, and like you can see, there's a statue of Julius Caesar. So it's the reason why I put him here. And we have Mr. Frost. I don't recall his name, but like he's from Legend of Tomorrow and Flash. And we have the Vampire Academy. For me, the first 3 books, I believe, bind up, but it's in Dutch. So, but I'm going to be reading them. And When Dimple Met Rishi, you guys know that one, of course. And then we have his Dutch historical fiction. And then the other one is like, this is historical fiction, and the blue one is it's chick lit, Dutch chick lit. And then we have the Big Friendly Giant. Like, look, he's taller than Mr. Freeze. I just call him Mr. Freeze now. But like he's a giant among Funko Pops. And then we have Cloud Atlas. I started on it, but I haven't finished it yet. And these like the old books I talked about from my youth. I haven't read them yet. I collected them but never read them. So I'm going to eventually see if I like them. I have Night Circus. I haven't read them yet. I'll Give You the Sun as well. I haven't read them as well yet. You guys know that one. I have a little Asterix on Asterix and Obelix. I don't know if you guys know these guys, but I just love him. He's adorable. And we have I said that already. And we have Release from Bettingness. I haven't read that one yet. Like all these weeks, but these books. I bought that one in Indonesia, I believe. Yes, Indonesia. I started on it, but I like it's. I didn't like the main character. She was just like very fanfiction. You know, she her mother is works on sets and movies, and she like hooks up with stars, movie stars, and like no, like a Mary Sue. And you have a little perfume, and me, look, me on the cello. Look. Yes. And we have a biography about Paul McCartney. And we have a fantasy series. And Ringer, of course, the sequel to... I don't recall what the first one is called. But you guys know that one. So this dystopian. That Easy is horror, I believe. And Dorothy Must Die. You guys know that one as well, of course. Fangirl, I haven't read that one yet. I did read the one about these guys, forgot the name. And I'm very excited that the sequel is going to be there. It's going to be published, so like, yes. I like the ending of the first novel is like, yeah, we need a sequel. So we have from Troll Hunters, Jim. Yes, Jim. And the little, yes. And this big one is a dystopian. It's like, yes. And this one is a historical romance. So it takes place in the 60s. The 60s is also an era I like a lot. Guess why? And Blood Prophecy is also fantasy. But like Jim can't stand on his own. So if I like try to make him stand on his own, it just falls down. So I have to prop him up against the books so it doesn't fall down. And I have the perfume case. These are the other books in the series about Julius Caesar. And the Spartan, this takes place in Greece, old Greece, ancient Greece. And then we have a Draco Malfoy and Jesus. And this one is a LGBTQ book that takes place in Japan. We have a Sherlock Holmes retelling. I've said a lot. Sherlock Holmes retelling. And this one is a YA story about Scully, I believe. I believe it's Scully from the X-Files. And we have, of course, in front of the books, a Ringo. I saw him a week ago, like literally a week ago. It's like mind-blowing. Just amazing. I was in the first row, so like dream come true. And then we have the second and third book, or the Court of, I don't recall what its official name is, Court of series. I read the first one, it was okay. I'm going to read the second and third book, but probably not going to read the sequel series. And then we have a Dutch book. And then we have Warcross and Mary Lou. I have to read that one as well. And then we have like the next book in the series of I Am Number 4. I really like the movie. The book's not so much, but I'm going to finish the series. And then we have 2 Sherlock Holmes retellings and like a French book. I had the finals in French, but my French isn't as well as it used to be, so I'm hoping that with this book I'll improve my French. It's very lyrical written and very poetic, so it's going to be a bit difficult, but well, I like a challenge. So this one is also a fantasy. It's also about circus, like the night circus. I believe it's diverse in gender identity. If I read the what's called the blurb correctly. And then we have one of my OTPs. I have many OTPs, but like, look, they're so adorable. Hermione and Ron. And they have a small Dutch book, and a series by Maureen Johnson is a thriller, I believe. A Hero of Rome is a book that takes place in Roman times. And I have Mr. Big. Fun story, I bought this one together with a small pop of Mr. Groot. And Groot is a Dutch word for big. We say groot. So I bought Mr. Big and Big at the same time. Thought that was funny. So we have New Pompeii. It's like a really weird premise. It's a dystopian, and there's a company that that provides energy to the populace, and they generate that energy by bringing people back from the past. That just sounds weird, right? But there are the people that were brought back from the past are the people from Pompeii. That's why it's set in New Pompeii. So Roman again. So I thought, well, why not? Maybe it's fun. And then we have a historical murder mystery, a Dutch book, and then we have like Georgetta Heyer. She's like she's the grandmother of, or like the mother of Regency romantic books like romance. And then we have John the Last Beatle. And with Elton John. I'm going to see him next year. Yay! I'm really excited. And then we have the memoirs of us. It's called, I don't know what the English word is, but like a doctor for like sheep and cows and stuff. Veterinarian? No, I don't know. Anyway, it's about the doctor of cows. The memoirs of the doctor of cows. Lost Boy. It's Peter Pan retelling. Very dark one, I believe. I read a retelling from the same author of Alice in Wonderland. It's like, it was really dark. That's the sequel of that series. And then we have, I think, yes, it's fantasy. This is memoirs. It's a memoir of a Christian woman from a Muslim country, and this is like Philippa Gregory, like historical fiction, little bubblehead Han Solo. And then we have it's also a fantasy series. I don't know if you guys know it. And Invictus, I haven't read Invictus yet. And this is a non-fiction book inspired by Sherlock Holmes. And then we have the Gone series. I forgot what the author's called. It's like really high up, so I can't read it. I read the book series about girl soldiers during World War II from the same author, and I really enjoyed it. And he also co-wrote with his wife Animor series. I'm a huge fan of the Animor series, so like, yeah, I'm going to read this one. I think I have little Simba. I also bought this one on Disneyland Paris, and this is a book that takes place in Regency, I think. Some murder mystery. I have a non-fiction about history. It's about forgotten histories, I believe, and how history is remembered, and also long forgotten civilizations. I heard about it during my studies, and like, I want to read that one. So my father bought it for me for my birthday. Excuse me. And then we have the first book on the Black Stallion series. I read that series as a child. Really loved it, but I never read the first one. So I'm planning on collecting them. I haven't covered them in Dutch, but I'm going to complete my collection with English versions. And then we have a fantasy and a dystopian Dutch by a Dutch writer, and it takes place in Holland, I believe. Yes. And a fantasy, an anthology series about Dracula. I adore old school horror stories like Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Dracula, all that kind of stuff. Amazing. So yeah, also reading retelling of those stories. And then we have Mr. Bates, of course, and I can't see. Oh yes, both of those I believe are historical crime. I also adore historical crime, especially if it's set in ancient times or in Victorian times. I have Charles Dickens, the Pickwick Papers. I have Robinson Crusoe, a little card I got from birthday, and it's also fantasy, I believe, or historical fiction, one of the two. And Cassandra Clare books, of course. Charmed books, I'm a huge Charmed fan. My teenage years I was like obsessed with Charmed. I used to watch it a lot with friends, have marathon and stuff, so it's really exciting. And I read a couple of books, they are okay, but well, I'm going to have to read the other ones that I have. And a Magisterium series, naturally, of course. Sorry, suddenly began to talk Dutch. And then we have the Magpie Lord. It's an LGBTQ historical fiction, I believe. And then we have Charmed again. I have to switch to those two. And then we have fantasy. Another great fantasy, I believe. Shannara Chronicles, of course, fantasy. Before the Devil Breaks You. Oh, I love that series. I adore it. So I don't know why I haven't read it yet. Maybe because it's really heavy, so I can't take it to work. Like, I have to take the tram for like 35 minutes, so I have a lot of time to read, but I can't take really heavy books because I also have to walk to work like 5 minutes. I don't know, I'm pathetic, but like, so I can't take too heavy books. So that's why I haven't read it yet. And these are also like children playing detective series that I haven't read yet. It's also from my youth, my childhood. And then we have like murder mystery, Jane Austen playing a detective doing a murder mystery. So it sounds really interesting, so I'm looking forward to reading that one. I have Six of Crows, you guys know that one. White Hot Kiss, Jennifer L. Armentrout. So I forgot, I can't look. I have to strain my arms too much. A City of Saints and Thieves, I also haven't read yet. It's dystopian, I think. And fantasy. Because You Love to Hate You. The anthology, you guys already know, of course. I haven't read yet. American Gothic stories, like I said, I like old school horror. So it's a bind-up for short American Gothic horror stories. And like, it's fantasy. Any ADA, of course. I adore her. A lot of you guys will like her series, Japanese series, but I adore it. So I'm looking forward to reading those two. And then we have like, I believe it's set in Persia. It's also historical fiction. So that's, in short, was my to-be-read bookcase. So I hope you guys enjoyed this my finger. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just give a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. And hopefully I can introduce you guys to my sister on Sunday. Well, goodbye. This is me signing out.